All right. So, without further ado, let me introduce Skylynx. Now, right now, we have Skylynx separated in its two modes. And let me introduce myself. My name is Ed Talks. And today, we're going to be talking about Skylynx. This is the first Skylynx that I've ever known in my life. That's right. I skipped out on all the releases, and I couldn't get the G1 version. But without further ado, let's get this party started. So, first things first is we have the base, which is the Lynx. And then here we have the space shuttle, which is Sky. You like what I did there. So, first things first, let's look at the most iconic part of this, and that's the space shuttle. The Autobot symbols are a gold pattern, not just a regular old white embossed. They're actually gold. So they show up well on the shuttle. There are some nice details here. This opens up, which you'll see later in base mode. Pretty neat. Nice colors. Underneath, let's get this close back up. There is landing gear. Let's look at the landing gear. Nice. So you can actually have him landing, and of course they will land at a 45-degree angle if they do re-entry, and it rolls pretty nice. So it does look really good. You can really display this on its own. Now let's go over here and look at the base. So the base is basically just a base, which Hasbro did some nice incorporation of making this a base. But I kind of like this. It's just a standalone, just like, floating base. Gives a lot of play value to the toy. So, I'm going to ask yourself, which way do we want to go here? Well, since we're together, let's bring her together. Making up my own music. That's right. Gotta have fun with your own videos. So, what you see here, there's a tab right there. Keep your eye focused on that, and keep your eye focused on that. That's where you're gonna be placing everything first. And you kind of want to get it in there, and you'll feel it kind of tight. And then there's a lever here at the bottom, and that lever is very important. This is a lever. You see that? That is a lever. You're going to use that, and that's how you bring it together. And the reason why, because if you don't, it's going to come right apart. So you got to make sure you get it right. And when I say it's easy, it is not. And you got it in together. And you got to kind of force it in there. Not hard, like you're going to break it. But force it in there so that you can make sure that it fits right. Because when you pick it up like this, it should stay together. And voila. Now you got second stage Skylynx. And so this is the combined mode. Everything is proper. Everything is looking nice. And now, it's very simple, very easy. So you can make it fly around and do things of that nature. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, why is he shooting in this tiny light box? Well, I'm going to retire this light box. In fact, I'm going to be doing a few more figure reviews, but I want a bigger and better one. This was just a cheap one, and it gives me the light I need for my camera. But being that I'm using a camera that already has a pretty much great, as you could say, aperture, I don't know if I need something this cheap. But we're going to use it because, hey, we're going to use it. So, after that, what happens next is we're going to go to combined shuttle mode. Why are we going to combine shuttle mode? Because we're already there. Then we'll do the separation, and then we'll do the base mode. So, personally, I start here. And that's the head. And the head comes right on out. You see that? Now we're still together. And we want to turn around to the back. And we want to open that up so we can bring the tail out. And you'll notice it'll come right off. But don't worry, it's a strong enough joint. Comes right back on. And you want to put it to the bottom so you can put this back in there. And that's the tail. So now we have the Loch Ness Monster. And he still rolls. He does look like a Loch Ness Monster. Let's get a little height so we can see. Now, the next thing you want to do is extend the legs. And these parts come off, by the way, if you want to know. They're like little extra boosters, and I guess they're weapons. And later on, they'll actually come into play when you make the base mode. But I kind of like them on there because these are longer than what they were in G1. So the next thing you want to do is just pull it out. Now you see that part right there? That's important because there's going to be a hole right there that they're linked into. So you kind of slide them out. And I'll show you when we get to the other side. Because I'm kind of rushing right now because I'm excited. I haven't really got a chance to play with it yet. Because I want to do the review because it's Sunday and I just want to kind of relax this afternoon. So we'll show you from the other side. See that? Right there. Pull that out. That way you're not breaking anything. Yeah, just that helps. And bring that out. So let's make sure we got the legs nice and secure. There's the tail. And then there's the head. And there are guns there. And voila. You got combined Lynx. Alright. Let's get a better view here. Sorry, it's going to be at an angle. So we can look at the tail. And that's the tail. This is how he's going to look from the back. This is how he's going to look from the front. And there's the mouth. So you can see that there. There's guns in there. And I think that looks pretty good, man. This is a very, very nice, just very nice figure overall. Oh my gosh, man. Something that I wanted for years. And I was never able to get it because I was a bad kid. And my mom was like, nah, you can't have that. But I'm a grown ass man. I can buy what I want. And you can see it there. It's a very big toy. And I got a surprise at the end, so don't worry. You want to do some size comparisons? Yeah, let's do some size comparisons. What do we have available? All right. Let's see. What do we have? My man. He's about as big as his leg. You know. Look at that. But he can hang out. He can hang out. Yeah, he's about right there. You know, I think I got mostly deluxes available right now because I've been kind of cleaning up my room so I don't have a lot of toys available. But let's have some fun. There he is next to Refractor. That's right, because we need a giant camera to do some work. Giant camera. Giant camera, no, not the giant camera. So there's your comparison, because, you know, everybody needs a comparison. I don't know why. If you didn't know what he looked like by now, well, you've been living in a rock. But that's what you came to see, comparisons. So there's Refractor. What else do we have that's available? There's a vehicle. It's Skywarp. To keep you company. Whee! Skywarp. This is my Siege Skywarp here. And let's see. Let's get a good look. See? It's pretty small compared to him. Yeah. I can live with that. Like I said, this thing is beautiful, man. You don't know. If you don't have one, you should get one. I mean, like, if you're in the Siege and you're not a masterpiece collector or a third-party enthusiast, you can't go wrong with this. Hasbro really did a good job. So let's move them out of the way. Let's just back him up a little bit. Put him right there. You know, he's really not that big, though. That's what makes it so odd. He's like, it's weird how he is. Not that big, but, you know, this is my favorite figure. He has not gone back into the boxes of doom yet. And if you want to see him next to a car, I mean, man, that scale's on point. Can't beat that. And again, one more time, because we didn't see him the first time, there's Siege Skywarp. Siege Skywarp is one of my favorite toys, because he's one of the rare things I own, along with a few other things, so I play with him a lot. What can I say? You know, I got him when he was cheap. Alright, so we're going to move them out the way. Now, the reason why I combined them first is because basically separating them is going to be a lot easier than separating them and then putting them back together when they were already together to start with. So, first thing we're going to do is use this lever. That's going to separate them. Now, first things first, the bird is pretty big, so we're going to do him last. Right now, we got what's my favorite part, the Lynx. And basically, you're there. And like I said, you got these little weapons here. If you don't want to use them, we can take them off for the time being, just to, you know, for the sake of G1 wholeness. And we're left with this body. And his colors, man, are fantastic. And the next thing you want to do is pull out the tails. And he has two tails. Tail spin. Voila! Two tails. And then you lift this here on the bottom. And then that comes out. Yeah. Yes. Yes. This has always been my favorite part. I know the bird, because they would usually kind of show the bird mode by itself a little more. But man, I don't know. Maybe it's because he's a Lynx. And I just like the way the face looks. You know. I mean, it's pretty cool. Here, kitty, kitty. Oh no, we do have Exhaust. Let's see. Exhaust is trying to talk to him. Like, hey man, look, I'm one of those guys, and you're pretty big, and look like you might hurt people. The answer to that question is yes, he would hurt people because he's pretty big. Let's bring that foot down. I mean, how can I just love it. Let's look at the head real quick. See how nice and shiny the paint job is. I mean, they really did a good job. You guys are just going to be impressed. If you haven't gotten him, get him before he gets sold out. You know, so they may do a re-release like they did. Who was the hardest one to find in Commander class? Jetfire. I mean, Jetfire was sold out really, really quick. I mean, well, actually, he sat for a little while. Then people just realized. And I think his reassertion from being in the Siege show really kind of, you know, cemented that. So we're going to move him out the way because, like I said, room in my light box. So as you can see, we're really about 50% the way there. But there's one thing I didn't do, and that was unfold the wings. And we're not going back. So if you're mad because of that, you can thumb it down. So basically, once you get the wings out, the only thing that you're left to do is underside here and bring out the chicken feet. And make sure, again, I always make this mistake to untab that, okay? And it's important to untab that because if you don't, it's not going to break, but it just, you know, it'll frustrate you. Same thing on this side as well. You know, bring the wings up one more time. Bring down the chicken feet. Not my favorite mode, but hey, you know, it's the toy. And there go the feet. It's not the sturdiest from what I can see, but you know. Let's see. Kind of get them even. It's always got to be something that's going to kind of, you know, hinder the magic. But hey, he's actually balanced this time. Okay, and that's it. Basically, just bring that up and you can position the wings however you want. I mean, you know. But yeah, you're done. This is bird mode. And he looks pretty good. Like I said, we already looked at the head, but if you want to look at the head again, there's the head, and you know, it's got some neat articulation there. You know, I think it's cool. I mean, I really do think it's cool. I'm just, it's amazing what 30 years of technology can do. Can you imagine going back in time with these and showing like your future self, this is where Transformers are going to go from G1? Oh man, I tell you, there's, this is just amazing. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm sorry. I'm gushing because I really do enjoy this figure. This is probably one of the best toys I've gotten in a while. You know, so don't be upset because this video went long. Whew, I tell you. So now that we got both of them done in their separate modes, the next thing we're going to do is the base mode in 3 YouTube Magic. I'll be right back to start the setup. All right, and we're back. So, what does that mean? We're back to do the base mode. We're going to bring up our aperture here a bit. It's a little too dark for my liking, so be just a moment. There we go. Get it about 3.2. So, the first thing you want to do is put the head back. So, I'm going to put the head back and fold that back down. Then we're going to fold these tails in. Let's just want to keep saying tailspin. All the trouble we get in, but of all the tailspin. And then after that, I believe we want to fold these down. So now we've got the base, first part of the base, and you can see it's already becoming a base. And then you want to open these up. I believe they go like that. And, you know, now you got this part. And I think, from what I saw in the instructions, they go like that. And I never do base modes for most of my toys that weren't really base mode. But this one I wanted to do. And here's some ramps. So if you got like, I think they go, can I open that way? Hey, first time for everything. Ramps. We got ramps. Ramp it up. And no, I don't buy the MicroMaster, so I don't have any. So there won't be any MicroMaster transformation things going on. And then I think you raise that up. Yeah, I think I'm missing something here. Is there I don't know. Yeah, there we go. That kind of, I think, well, let's see. And then you have this like, I think that's right. I don't know. I don't know. It look like it, right? Yeah, that's it. That is it. And then after that, you put on the little, these things. And I think one goes like that. You know, and then the other one, I think goes like this. So I guess we got like a, you know, tower weapon thingy, something, you know. Nah, that's not it. Actually goes like this. I think you can turn these around, can't you? Yeah. So I guess you can. Yeah, that's it. So you got like a tower there. I think you turn this around. I think you got like a gun thingy. And bam! You got a base. Base. Yeah, I kind of like this base. Yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. I can work with that. I assume that's what we do. I think this actually extends, doesn't it? Yeah. That's what I was looking for. And this is base mode. Base. Now, we gonna do the shuttle. And we gonna do that off camera because ain't nobody got time for all that. Look. Y'all should already know it's really the same. It's just, you know. But I guess for the sake of being, because it's really hard to get this thing into view. So first things first, you want to fold the wings up and collapse them just like that. Fold the wings up, bam, collapse it just like that. And then what you want to do so you can see it is put this back in place, because we're going to go to shuttle mode. Put that back. And after that, you want to take the bird feet, position them back like this, and then position them back like this, and then after that, you just want to make sure you put everything back together. Bring the head back. Make sure everything clicks in place. Remember what I told you about the clicking here. So I don't want you to see that because you have to do that. See how this stuff keeps coming out. You gotta do that. You gotta get that in there or it's just gonna be loosey goosey. And then put that back. Oh boy. Put that back. Nice and easy. You got the space shuttle. And then I believe these open up so that you can pretend you're loading stuff. And I think you put it, let me do this thing. Let's see. And you stick those in there like that. And then you put that there. And there's space shuttle mode, ready for liftoff. And I'm telling you, man, Hasbro thought of everything. They really did. They thought of everything. They gave you everything that you wanted. That is nice. That is truly, truly nice. Let's get a good look at that. Like, that's actually believable. That's that's actually extra believable. And these actually flail out. I don't know if I have enough room to actually show that they're supposed to kind of come out, but let me just do it for the sake of video. This is as far as I can go in the light box, so, but you get the idea. That's how it's supposed to look. And I still don't quite get how to get them to fit in them holes in the tab there, because they're supposed to. Let's take a look at that. You know, how they're supposed to fit. Interesting. Let's try it one more time. guess that's as much as we can get it to fit. Well, that's about as much. There are 2 holes they fit in. I'm not going to force it. It's a new toy. But it stays together. It does what it's supposed to do, and the base mode is amazing. Man, I just don't know what to say. This is everything that I wanted. I know this review is a little long, but it's just, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. Like, you just can't. I mean, it's just, for the money, for $80, you got a lot of play value. There's so much you can do with this toy. It's just amazing. So we're going to wrap everything up, and I'm going to do a little bonus roll. And then after that, I'm going to do my final thoughts. Be just a moment. There's Sky Lynx, and he's going up against Predator King. This is what it used to be like on G1. Remember? Always had like Sky Lynx going up against Predator King. Always thought that was pretty cool. This is the only comparison that I'm going to do because I don't have a lot of my toys out. So, as you can see, this is what it was like in G1. You know, that perfect attack size there. They always seem to go at it. And I think this is a perfect example of what you would want to see when the 2 of them are fighting. You know, let's just put it to the side there so you can kind of see. I mean, yeah, that'll work. You know, let's see if I can get her down on the floor. Sky Lynx's point of view. I'm King. We are Sky Lynx. Together, we'll stop you. Oh yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at how massive he looks at this shot. Yeah. That's sweet right there. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yes. YouTube magic and final thoughts. Be right back. All right, through YouTube magic, we are back. Final thoughts. 10 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing else I could say. I mean, it's Sky Lynx. It's your 1985, 86 imagination brought back to life. I mean, it's just a beautiful piece of work. Hasbro really did a good job. There's a lot of details. It's not just white, and there's some grays. You've got 2 distinct animals. You've got a space shuttle, a base, a tank. You've got so much you can do with this. And the fact that they actually were able to use, you know, like a model of the space shuttle. Hey, thanks NASA for something. A kid could play with this and be happy, an adult like myself. You know, it's a great piece. I mean, if you leave it in any mode, well, at least together anyway, people are going to say, hey, what is that? There's so much details that are on this thing. It's the G1 doesn't have these type of details. I'm telling you, the G1 is great. Not knocking G1 at all. That's where we came from. That's where we started. But this, I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, you're going to have fun with this every time you play with it. So go out and get it. Various places have it. Right now, Amazon's the hot place to get it. 2-day shipping on the Prime, of course. If you can't get it from there, kind of pops up on Target every now and then. Or you can go to Target. I haven't heard anything about Walmart. Don't know yet. But Amazon right now is your friend because it's at $78.75. So you get like $1 or 30 or 40, 60 cents off the regular price. But of course, you got the Prime. 2-day shipping. So what are you waiting for? Go out and get it. There's been 1 million reviews on it. I'm doing one. Hey, go get yours, and then you could do a review. All right, well, I've done what I've had to say. I'm happy. You know, really happy because next to Skywarp and Nasty Blue Streak, it's a winner. I mean, it's a winner. Chicken dinner. Ha 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 ha. Chicken did it because it does like a chicken. Yeah, go out and get it, man. You'll be happy. You'll want it. You know, here, another comparison. AA battery. My name's Ed Talks, man. Great for sitting in on this long behind video with me. But again, 10 out of 10. Hasbro, you redeemed yourself. Thank you very much. Thanks for sitting with me. Please like, subscribe, and share. The road to 600. We're going to have a giveaway. And coming soon, Earthrise Scorponok. All right, everybody. Enjoy your day.